Okay, so the last video, Disney equals 2012, brought up some kind of stuff. And people were like thinking, okay, so it's just a song, that doesn't mean anything. So I did research. Lots and lots and lots of research. And I found a lot of stuff. What kind of stuff did I find? Stuff that people will lose their mind over. So let's get down to it, shall we? So if you haven't heard of, Disney recently just bought Marvel for $4 billion. That's a lot of money to spend. And besides that, they just bought a part of Hulu, which is sort of like YouTube, but not as good. And guess what Disney's doing? Trying to take over the internet. Alright, so this is the research that I did. Okay, so I looked up stuff about Disney, and it looks like they're building a theme park in Shanghai in 2012. Just enough time for them to get ready to take over the world in 2012. And don't just think that they're taking over the land. Disney's making a thing called Disney Fantasy, which is a cruise ship, which comes out 2012. And they're gonna get it psychologically. They just named, well, I'd say they just did, but they named out a bunch of movies that they're making up. And guess how far they go up to? 2012. And this is a quote from a person from Disney. With so many great films literally on the drawing boards and computer screens, we felt that now was a perfect time to give moviegoers all over the world an update. But why do they only go up to 2012? And that's not all they're doing. They just bought 15 acres to build a 500-room hotel. Why do they need so many rooms? Dead bodies? This is where the conspiracy stuff comes in. So I reworded or relettered Disney around, and I figured out that it says end is why. Why is it the end? Disney. So I did some math, and when you put the number, the letter, which is like E is the fifth letter, and I did that. I did end, and I times that with the is and divided that by y, and I got 1915.2. 1915 times 2 is 3830. 38 times 30 is 1140, and that is, if you do it in like months, that would be December 10th. So I looked into that, and I came up with, I searched it, Disney to December 10th, and I found the site, but it didn't work. So I went to the site, and I searched out December 10th, and it didn't work. So this is a video that I recorded. And it just that's what happened every time I clicked the link. It just said we're sorry, we crashed. But the crazy thing is, I was using Safari. I wasn't using Firefox. So since that didn't work, I went farther into the math, and 11 times 40 is 440, which would be in months would be May 10th. So I searched that up, and I came up with, in 1929 May 10th, Disney released Skeleton Dance. 2 days before December 12th, 2012. 2 days, and they become something skeletons. We're all going to become skeletons by then, May 10th, 2012. And then in 1989, May 10th, Mickey Mouse Club, they named this day, Today is Anything Can Happen Day. So something's gonna happen, anything, and we're all going to become skeletons. And I did more math on the y, which is the 25th letter. So I did 2 times 5, which is 10. The 10th letter is J. And I did 2 plus 5, 7th letter, which is G. And I put that, and it's JG. And I searched Disney and JG, and I came up to this JG site, and the first thing that I saw was monorail kills employee. A Disney employee. And I did the other way around, which is GJ. I searched Disney GJ, and the first thing I see is 4-year-old boy dies after spin on Disney ride, GJ Sentinel. I don't know what the GJ Sentinel is, I looked it up but I couldn't find it, but still. 2 things about Y, and they're both about death, from Disney. And if you don't believe me, this is all the math that I did. I used a calculator and everything, so I know. The end is Y. And I did it again. I switched Disney, and I came up with die S and Y. And I don't know what S and Y is, so I looked it up, and it came up to the New York Mets, their TV channel on not YouTube, the internet. And I looked up Disney and New York Mets, and it says that Disney was holding the Atlanta Braves training season. First team that was on the list that I saw was New York Mets. So I'm wondering why. Maybe they don't like New York Mets and they want them to die. And the last thing is that, I know it's probably just a myth, but who knows, is that Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen. So when they had the technology, they could bring him back to life. And people are just saying it's a myth because that he got cremated, but here's another quote that I looked up, and it says, "The privacy Disney maintained concerning his personal life extended to his death." So that's probably like, they're not even really sure, because his life was so secret that they don't even know right now, but so I'm thinking that maybe it's just a lie. Cremated was the myth. He's frozen in 2012, when anything can happen. May 10th, anything can happen. That's when he's going to come back and destroy us all. December 12th, 2012. Disney. It's all coming together. Okay, so I know you guys are like, "Oh, Nate, what is 12 have to do with anything? The world's supposed to end on December 21st. I must be dyslexic or something, because I don't know why I kept saying 12, but switch all the stuff I said about 12 to 21, so still, everything still counts, but still, end is near.